It's already taking place. Your body is being affected at this very moment. And most people have no idea it's even happening. The truth is, the average person will sleep through this moment in human history. But you're not like everyone else. Your body feels shifts before your mind can explain them. You sense movement in the unseen long before headlines ever mention it. And right now, something is pressing against the edges of human awareness, and you can feel it. The 3-eye Atlas comet is here, and it's already affecting you. It's your system reacting to something real. Oh, and keep watching, because one of the symptoms is something you've been feeling lately, and you have no idea that it's linked to this. Lately, people have been noticing it, that faint tension around the forehead or crown. Not a migraine, not sinus pressure, just a gentle, almost curious sensation. Like something inside you is paying attention for the first time in a long time. This is one of the most common symptoms related to the energy of this comet. Some call it the third eye, others call it heightened awareness. Whatever name you give it, it's a signal that something beyond thought is unfolding through you. It's like your consciousness is stretching gently to see more of what's been there all along. And if you felt that subtle pressure lately, it's not in your imagination. It's the universe knocking and your mind finally answering. And feel free to leave 333 in the comments along with your thoughts if you want to align with this shift. We are currently in a moment where energy is shifting fast and you can feel it in your body and mind. There's another thing happening to people lately, and if it's been hitting you too, don't panic, pay attention. One moment you feel sharp, aware, and almost elevated, and then suddenly it's like someone pulled the plug. Your energy just drops out of nowhere, not slowly, but instantly. It feels like your body goes into power save mode without warning, even if you slept well and did nothing exhausting. This isn't laziness, and it's not burnout. It's your system protecting itself. When energy rises quickly inside you, when awareness expands faster than your physical form can regulate, your body needs to anchor it. So instead of letting you push through, it forces you into stillness. That sudden heaviness, that foggy blink and slow down moment, it's your internal wiring saying, "Hold on, we're integrating." And yes, it feels strange because it's not a normal tired. It's a drop, like your soul hits a moment of recalibration and your body follows. Spiritual evolution doesn't always feel like power. Sometimes it feels like pause. So if you've been experiencing those weird high-energy bursts followed by sudden fatigue, don't immediately judge it. Sometimes your energy is not leaving you, it's rearranging itself inside you. And the people who ride those waves, instead of fighting them, tend to come out sharper, clearer, and more aligned than before. There's a reason this feels unnatural. It is. But so is outgrowing who you were yesterday. Now here's a weird one, and you might laugh at first, but don't be surprised if it hits home. Some people have been reporting sudden sneezing fits out of nowhere. Not allergies, not a cold, not dust, just random bursts. And as strange as it sounds, in certain spiritual traditions, sneezing is believed to be a release mechanism. Not emotional release, physical energetic release. It's as if the body sometimes needs a quick reset, a literal impulse to eject stagnant charge or tension. And for some spiritually sensitive people, sneezing becomes the body's reflex response during shifts in internal energy pressure. We're not saying if you sneeze, it's spiritual. That would be ridiculous. But if lately you've noticed you're randomly sneezing in bursts, especially during moments of stillness, reflection, or right after those sudden fatigue drops, it's worth paying attention. In some traditions, it's believed that The body clears what the mind hasn't noticed yet. And sneezing, much like spontaneous sighing or subtle burps, has been seen as a physical purge of subtle tension from the nervous system. It may sound odd, but the body has ancient ways of releasing energy that modern language doesn't explain. And sometimes, the strangest signals are the most honest ones. Your spirit speaks quietly, but your body will shout when it needs to. Have you been feeling these sneezing fits? Feel free to leave a comment so other people know they're not the only ones. People love to call sensitivity a weakness. They'll say you're dramatic, overreacting, too affected. But here's the truth they don't see. If your body wasn't capable of handling powerful energetic shifts, you wouldn't feel anything at all. The numb ones aren't stronger, they're just disconnected. Right now, while most people barely register anything happening, your system is actually responding. That joint tension, that sudden heaviness, that moment your brain feels like it's buffering reality, that's not collapse. That's a high-capacity nervous system recalibrating under pressure. This comet acts like a frequency amplifier. Most people don't notice because they don't have the internal architecture to receive anything beyond the physical. You do. And yes, that means you feel the weight of the shift, because you're plugged into something bigger than routine life. You don't feel more because you're fragile, you feel more because you're built for more. So if your energy has dipped, if your body feels like it's doing silent work, trust it. You're not falling apart, you're processing what others aren't even wired to perceive. And that's not weakness, that's proof you're evolving in real time. Let's talk about another sign people don't connect to spiritual shifts but should. The world suddenly feeling louder and brighter than usual. Lights look sharper, screens feel harsher, everyday sounds hit deeper than they should, not painfully, just noticeably more intense. This isn't irritation, it's awareness. Your senses aren't weakening, they're waking up. When inner perception expands, the outer environment feels amplified too. Your nervous system stops filtering out the background noise of reality and starts registering everything. And yes, it can feel like you're suddenly tuned into life at a higher volume. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not too sensitive, you're present in a way most people never get to be. Sometimes awakening isn't seeing more, it's noticing the world that was already there. So if lights feel too bright, or noises feel strangely intense, don't rush to fix it. Don't shrink from it. Your senses are sharpening because your awareness is rising and your body is learning to meet it. There's a shift happening that many spiritually attuned people are noticing. And it's not dramatic or flashy, it's subtle, quiet, almost private. Lately, you may feel this pull towards silence, toward dim spaces, toward the kind of stillness most people run away from because they don't know how to sit with themselves. It's not isolation, it's instinct. You don't suddenly dislike people. You're not antisocial. Your system is simply choosing neutrality over noise, depth over distraction, and inner tuning over outside chaos. Crowds feel loud in ways you can't explain, not just sonically, energetically. Even simple conversations feel like they demand more than you have to give. Normal life hasn't changed, but your nervous system has. It's more aware, more sensitive, and far more selective with where it spends energy. So you withdraw. You don't feel tired, you feel full. Like your energy field is processing something delicate and big at the same time, and adding external noise would interfere with it. This isn't avoidance, it's a calibration period. Silence becomes medicine. Darkness becomes calm. Stillness becomes alignment. You're not shutting the world out, you're letting yourself in. Sometimes Your spirit needs to disconnect from the world, not because you're burnt out, but because something inside you is recalibrating to a higher signal and can't afford interference. Silence isn't emptiness, it's preparation. You don't want stimulation right now because your energy isn't seeking excitement, it's seeking stability. This phase comes when you're being pulled inward to synchronize with something larger than your everyday personality, something older and wiser than your thoughts. And here's the thing. People who are asleep spiritually might feel restless during moments like this. But you feel drawn inward like there's a sanctuary inside you opening up and you don't want to disturb it. Trust that instinct. Your solitude right now isn't loneliness, it's alignment claiming space. Let's talk about sleep, because if you've been waking up in the middle of the night for no reason, or hovering in that strange state where you're resting but not completely gone, there's a reason, and it's not random. Right now, a lot of people who are spiritually receptive are struggling to sink into deep sleep. They're hovering in a lighter state, drifting but not dropping fully. And it can feel annoying, confusing, like your body wants rest, but your spirit is pacing in the background. This isn't insomnia, it's presence. Your consciousness doesn't want to check out right now. Something in you wants to stay partially awake, aware, alert, available. Because deep sleep is surrender. Deep sleep disconnects you from this plane. And right now, a part of you doesn't want to be gone. It's like your inner being is saying, "Stay with me, stay present, something is happening." You're not restless because of stress, you're restless because your energy doesn't want to miss something. Rest doesn't always mean unconscious, sometimes it means ready. Light sleep is not failure. It's your soul keeping the door cracked open. It's choosing awareness over escape, intuition over dreams, presence over oblivion. Some people feel like there's a quiet pull in the night, not fear, not worry, just a sense that something is moving around them, through them, into them. And you don't want to fully let go because part of you senses this moment is important. Think about it. When nature shifts, animals don't go into deep sleep. They stay light, alert, tuned in. The body sleeps, but the spirit stands watch. And that's what's happening here. So if you've been waking up suddenly or sleeping lightly, don't immediately think something is wrong. It may be your inner world refusing to let the outer world pass without you being aware. You're not losing rest, you are guarding awareness, and sometimes consciousness doesn't want darkness. Sometimes it wants entry. Here's where things get interesting, because what's shifting right now isn't just internal. There's a kind of visibility developing around you, the kind that doesn't show up in a mirror, but in presence. When we talk about sensitivity rising, we always assume it means you feeling the world more. But what if the world and the unseen around you is feeling you more? As this comet passes closer to us, people who are spiritually attuned may notice something subtle but undeniable. You're being felt. There's a kind of frequency you emit, always there, but usually quiet. And lately, it's becoming louder, sharper, clearer. Think of it like fragrance. Not a smell, but a signature, an energetic scent that beings in subtle planes, guides, ancestors, and even other awakened humans can sense before they consciously recognize why. This is why some of you have noticed odd things lately. Strangers looking at you twice. People locking eyes with you for a little too long, as if they're trying to understand what they just picked up on. Animals noticing you differently. Dogs staring a beat longer. Cats gravitating toward you. Birds pausing instead of scattering. It's not your imagination. Your field isn't blending in the way it used to, it's announcing. The veil may be thin right now, but it's not just letting things in. It's letting things see out. And when your spiritual frequency becomes more pronounced, it changes how reality acknowledges you. People who never noticed you before might suddenly pay attention. Energies that usually pass by may pause. Even your presence in a room feels different. It's subtle, but powerful. You don't have to speak, your energy does it for you. Awakening isn't just seeing, it's being seen. This isn't about ego. It's not about being special. It's about resonance. Like a tuning fork finally vibrating at a volume that other tuning forks can't ignore. People won't know what shifted, but they will feel something. And the ones who operate in these subtle spaces, even if they don't consciously know they do, will sense it first. If you've been quietly evolving for years, this moment isn't about beginning a transformation. It's about stepping into the frequency of someone who has already transformed and letting that echo into the world around you. There's nothing to do here. Just exist. Your existence right now carries a wavelength the universe recognizes, and it's louder than it's ever been. We're entering territory most people don't talk about because they don't fully understand it yet. Normally, when spiritual energy rises, you feel it emotionally, an intuition spark, a shift in mood, subtle knowing. Sometimes mentally, new thoughts, clarity, insight. But lately, something different has been happening for those who are tuned in. The body is reacting first, before the mind, before emotion, like instinct, flipping switches that thought hasn't caught up to. That's because this comet isn't just influencing awareness, it's influencing physiology. Not in some dramatic, your DNA is mutating way, no cliches, no sci-fi. In a far more subtle and fascinating way, your nervous system is being trained to respond to energetic changes as a reflex, not a feeling. For years, spirituality has been about sensing energy emotionally. But that's evolving. The body is becoming the instrument. Think about the random muscle twitch you can't explain. The sudden inhale, like your body decided it needed air before you realized it. The temperature shift in your skin when nothing changed in the room. These micro-reactions aren't glitches, they're responses. What you're experiencing might feel confusing because it doesn't come with meaning attached. There's no thought like, I feel energy right now. Instead, the body moves first, and the mind observes afterward. That's not sensitivity, that's training. You are learning to detect spiritual frequency the same way animals sense storms before they form, not with logic, but with instinct. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.